Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurwreck Autos HQ. Today, guys, we are working on the red Ford Fiesta. It come back from the paint shop yesterday. It looks absolutely amazing, absolutely brilliant job he's done. So I'm gonna walk around the car, gonna show you what's happened, the repair, the paint work, and then we're just gonna jump straight into it because this car is actually already sold, and it's actually sold to a person that you all know, you've all seen, and you all know about him. So a while back, I had a work experience. Tom, if you all remember Tom, he was with me for a couple of weeks, doing some bits and pieces around the workshop, just showing him whatsoever. And he had the blue Fiesta, that his old dad's car that he took on. And yeah, you've seen that one on the channel as well, the blue Fiesta. We fixed it on the rear, done loads of work to it. So he was driving around in that car, that blue one, Tom. And I think it was about 6 months. I think it's about 6 or 7 months he's been driving around in that car. And unfortunately, the car got stolen. So yeah, I think his dad is more devastated than Tom, I've got to be honest, because his dad had that car from nearly enough new. Like it was virtually new when he got that car, and he knows the ins and outs of it. He knows how wicked that car was. Like, just, it was, you know, nothing wrong with that car. It just, no matter what needed doing to it, his dad spent the money on it and done it. He really, really looked after that car. So yeah, his dad's very, very much more upset than Tom. But you know, it's nothing. It's out of his control. Like, if they want to take your car, you know, they're going to take your car. Like, it's just, you got to try and put steps in to try and prevent it. But I think the reason why mainly is because see this one here. This is for the Ford Fiesta, the red one. Got 2 keys with it. And it's, you know, the normal blade. You've got to put it in ignition. But with Tom's one and a lot of other cars, they're just push button remotes. So we think that they were sitting close to him or whatever, and they had some sort of scan system. And then when he's unlocking it and locking it, they've cloned the actual unlocking and locking of the key. We don't really know 100% that's what's happened, but it's a good possibility that that's exactly how they've taken the key, because it was all locked in a car park, and when he come out, the car's gone. Yeah, it's a real shame, but we're going to get him back on the road, and he's going to have this red Fiesta that we're doing today. So let's bring it in. That's the little bit of a backstory on what's happening with the car. Let's get it inside the workshop. Let's get cracking. Let's get it ready for Tom. Let's do this. Right, okay, so guys, here we go. This is Tom's car now. So let me show you what they've done. It's turned out really, really nice. He's checked all the gaps. I know, like, this gap was, you know, this gap was closer than that, but this is actually spot on there where it should be. And yeah, what a lovely job. So basically, let me show you the inside. Let me get a torch. It's a bit dark in that bit. So basically, oh, I can't even show you that. But this that's better. Oh, so yeah. So basically, he's cut off the complete rear panel on the spare bit that we had, you know, the donor cut. I bought a donor card, didn't I? Like a little back end. He's completely redone the whole back end. The actual tub and everything else was, you know, absolutely perfect. There's no issues whatsoever with that. I did put some pictures on Instagram when I went over to the body shop. I was taking some pictures of the progress. So if you want to see the progress on it, you can see some pictures on Instagram. But yeah, just a little bit of seam sealer, a little bit of stuff that he uses to go over it. He just ran out of paint. He said, if you want to just paint it up, if not, he said, just leave it. But yeah, looking really, really good now. So there we go. That is the body shop and paint shop done. We've just got to put it all back together. Like I said, this is Tom's car, and he wants to get back on the road. He wants to be back on the road ASAP, as soon as possible, please, he said. So, you know, I'm going to try and get this done for him today. It might run over into tomorrow. I don't know, but let's just try and get the bulk of it done. Now, the first thing I want to do, and probably the longest thing that's going to take, is going to be doing the timing belt and water pump, because I think I showed you on the first video, or the last video on this one, I did show you this has got a full service history on this car. So all we've really got to do is do the water pump and timing belt, and then the engine side of it is okay, it's done, because it's had a service about 100 miles ago. So, yeah, once that's done, then we can move on to the interior, get the rear seats back in, get all this, you know, the carpets, get everything back together, all back to normal. And then it's just an MOT and a clean, really. So, let's go back on the ramp. I'll set you up. Let's get cracking with the timing belt water pump. Start the strip down of that. And let's just have a really good push on this car for Tom today. So, let's do this. Okay, making some good progress really quickly as well. So, you just saw there, just stripping it down, getting it all ready, getting the you know, where I needed to be. I've locked the top with the plate there. And I've got to say, as well, guys, I took this cam cover off. What a lovely clean engine this is. Really nice and clean, look at that. A definite sign that this has been maintained and looked after. We know that it's got a full service history. It's only just been serviced. So, yeah, it's great. It's nice to see, you know, how well it's been looked after. So, yeah, so I've locked the top. I've put a pin in the back here of the engine. There's a pin that goes in there. And you turn it, and it locks against it. So that's done. I've also... Oh, let me just get you under here. I've locked the flywheel there. Just where the starter motor just pulls away, and then you lock the flywheel in between the engine and the gearbox. That is now locked as well. So now we can undo the bottom bolt here with the impact gun without any issues. The engine's completely locked, it ain't gonna move. So now it's a case of getting the jack underneath the engine, supporting it whilst we remove the top mount, engine mount here, get all that out of the way. And then we can get to the cover, get the cover off. Then we can get to the water pump, which is there. Looks like the original. That's got to come off. Yeah, we can get to the belt, which I think is original as well. It does look a little bit worn. It's only done 52,000 miles, this car. So I was expecting it to be original anyway, because of low mileage. So let's keep going. Let's get this now to the belt situation. Get the belt off, get the water pump off, and then we can just do the reverse and put the new one on. So let's crack on. Let's do this. Right, okay, guys, there we go, look. New Dayco timing belt and water pump all fitted. So, yeah, didn't take that long, actually. Not too bad. This is the original one. And it's definitely the original belt from factory. Fomico. So yeah, definitely original one, but it's not that bad, but it is worn. You can see that it's worn, and it was definitely worth a change. That's for sure. Water pump again. Water pump weren't that bad. It's not failed. You know, it's an original one, but for the kit, you know what I mean. I just always get these Dayco kits now as well. They're just so good, these kits. There are a few, you know, they're a bit more expensive than basic ones. You can get a cheaper version, but I haven't had one bad issue or problem with these Dayco timing belt water pumps kits. So I will continue using them. Yeah, on any car that I need to do. So I'm pretty sure, absolutely positive, that it hasn't moved. It's all nice and tight. The tension, you just pull the pin. You got on these ones, on these Fiestas, you've got like a pin. So you hold it tight at the bottom, turn the bottom cog at the bottom, so it pulls it tight this side. Whilst you're holding it tight this way, let go of the pin, and it puts the tension on this side of the belt. So that's exactly what we wanted to do, and that's exactly what's happened. I will unlock the whole engine, the back, everything at the front, the top, everything. I'll unlock everything, and then I'll turn the engine around by hand, just to make sure that, you know, the belt sort of seems to sort of run in sequence, and it seems to run the way it should. If that's all okay, we'll literally just be boxing it back up, putting it back together, and then turning that key. So yeah, let's keep going. Let's do this. Right, okay, so there we go, guys. It's all back together apart from the headlight and that belt. Basically, they dropped off, the parts company dropped off the timing belt and water pump kit, but forgot the auxiliary belt, and he's gonna have to go back to get it, pick it up and bring it back to me. So all we want to do really is get that belt on next when it turns up, get this headlight on, and then get the coolant done. That's if it runs okay. I'm pretty confident that it will. I've done loads of these. I haven't started it yet. I don't want to run it for too long because the water pump on the coolant is not there. You can see that because obviously the auxiliary belt moves the water circulates the water around. So yeah, don't want to run it for too long, but let's give it a turn and see what happens. So there we go. I did think it weren't going to give me any issues. Nothing moved. It was absolutely spot on. And it's looking a lot cleaner already. I haven't finished all this part of it yet and all sort of that, but it's already looking so much better. So, yeah, wicked. Right, let me turn that off. I just don't want it to be, I just don't want to run it too long because of that fact, you know what I mean? Right, what I'm going to do now is I am going to take these seats out, and we're going to be giving the seats, both these two seats and the bench seat that goes in the back, and we're giving that a good clean before it goes back in the car. And then we can take them out and we can put them outside in the sunshine and they can really sort of dry off well. But yeah, that's going to be the next thing to do really, is to get that done. So yeah, let me stick you on the tripod again. Let's get these seats out and get them all cleaned up. We'll stick them out over here and clean them up. Normal stuff, guys, yeah? Normal stuff. Let's do this. Right, okay guys, so the chairs have all been cleaned and they're drying outside in the sun. The auxiliary belt has turned up, so we now can crack on and get that on, and then just put it all back together basically, and then we can sort of get the coolant bled through the system, put the light back in place, put the wheel back on, and just get this front end done, finished, wrapped up. So let me set you up, let me fight with this belt, and yeah, completely do this. Let's do it. Right, okay guys, so she's all back together. We're exactly where we started in the beginning of the day, but obviously new timing belt, new water pump, new auxiliary belt as well. So yeah, and I'm just sort of going through the system and put the seats back in as well, nice and clean, as you can see, all good. But yeah, I'm just getting some hot air to come through the vents so I can circulate the hot air really. It's up to temperature, you know, the engine and the coolant is up to temperature. But I just want to get it around, just make sure there's, especially this pipe, make sure that pipe's hot and it's circulating. It's not hot at the minute, so which means that the thermostat is not opening and shutting at the minute, but I think once you keep it running, keep it going, after a bit it will sort of open and close the thermostat. But I just want to make sure that it's all good, everything works as it should. Right, okay, so the next thing guys is we're going to be working on the rear, all the stuff in the back, the seats, the carpets, just put it all back together and just do as much as we can today. I don't think, well, no, I'm not going to get it finished today for him, but I've got tomorrow as well. For you, it'll be, well, tomorrow's Wednesday for me, but you'll see it on Thursday probably, because I'm a day behind on the videos at the minute. So yeah, let's carry on. Let's move the car over and let's start the assembly on the rear end inside. Let's continue guys, let's do this. Right, okay. So, guys, we are back together. Needs a clean, needs a hoover out, and needs a sort out, but everything is back together. Even the full-size alloy wheel is in there. The tools are in the bottom as well. So that's all been put back together. The seats are all in. Seat belts all done. It's all been cleaned. The seats, just got to clean the carpet a little bit. So little bits and pieces. Still got to get the wheel arches in as well, both sides. So, yeah, we will sort of resume this tomorrow, but it's definitely getting there, guys, isn't it? It's all getting back together now. And then tomorrow as well, what we'll do is we'll get it through an MOT for Tom, give it a good clean, make sure that I'm happy all around it. And then Tom can have his car and, yeah, on the road he can go. But done loads today. I'm actually staying quite late. I think it's about 5:30, 5:45 at the minute. So I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna call it a day, and we're gonna be back here again in the morning, nice and early, and we're gonna crack on and get this one done for Tom, completed tomorrow. So for today, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to drop me a comment, and don't forget to give the video a thumbs up because, yeah, it's been a long day for me. That's it. Take care. I'll see you soon.